Hello, hello. It's Chris Waters here, and it's in snowy Colorado Springs. Oh my goodness. I have a few minutes before I have to take Coco out. I hope some of you kind of followed along with our first experience with snow this year, and first time for Coco ever. She hasn't been out in it yet. We're still waiting to get out there, and I've got to see if we're on the right page. If not, we'll kind of check out and come back in, I think. Not quite sure. Okay, maybe we are. Okay, so yes, we moved from West Palm Beach, Florida, here, Colorado City, in Colorado Springs, in June. Last year, I was here at this time visiting, but I didn't have Coco at that time, and it snowed, and today it snowed again. So here we are. So what we're doing is we have a Lazy Susan, and it's been painted with some acrylics, and it's kind of a seafoamy teal color, and I also put a little Mod Podge on there to seal it a little bit. And now we're going to put on these very interesting floral designs. All of this kind of matches what's going on around here in our house. Let's see, we have this much. Let me see if I can adjust some things. All right, so we're gonna go with the, let me check the, Couture Coral. If you're interested in any of the products I'm using, like this is a transfer. It's like a silk screen. This is chalk paste. It's going to go through the silk screen to transfer the design onto this Lazy Susan. And we're going to go step by step, little by little. We're going to put down some of the chalk paste and pull up some of the transfer. As you can tell, it's a very large one. And you can see all the magic happening here in just a little minute. Okay, so we're going to start up here. And lay down some of this. Some of the openings on this particular transfer are rather large openings, so that means there's going to be a considerable amount of paste going through, and we want to make it smooth. That's why this is going to go little by little, step by step, of putting it down, smoothing it out, and pulling the transfer up a little bit. Some of the edges around this will probably be a little funky. I'm just kind of anticipating, and I'll probably want to go back and smooth that out a little later. So we are laying down some of this Couture Coral over the teal, and it goes down very, very easy. It's about the consistency of sour cream, and there we have it. So I'm going to pull up this part. Yeah, it's snowing. It has snowed all day and it's still snowing. And it was 3 degrees out there. The temperature was measuring 23 or something, but there was a 20-some mile per hour wind factor, and it felt like 3 degrees. Oh my gosh. All right, there we go. There's a little bit of it. We're starting to get a little bit of our design. Grab a paste or something to put back here. See, so we're going to do a little section at a time. Let me grab the hair dryer. And we will dry this section. that's just a cool hair dryer. Not very hot. There we go. So yeah, we've been just kind of hanging out today and kind of enjoying watching the snow, painting a little bit. We did a lot. I did laundry, you know, all those kind of good things. And we are going to have to take a little afternoon trip out there for Miss Coco, and she'll find out what snow feels like on her feet. Not so sure she's gonna love it. We shall see. And what else? So if you live someplace where it snows, what do you do on snowy days? Do you have to go out in it, or do you get to stay home? Kind of depends on whether you're working, or some of us are retired and not having to work outside home, so we get to do painting and other things. So let me know what you do and where you're from. Let me see if I have any comments started here. Hold on. Let me just... Uh-oh. Maybe not. Hang on. Okay. The screen on my iPad just changed 5 times. What is that? I don't quite know. Oh, hey, Dana. You got down to 60? Well, that's nice and cool. It's not so hot. I don't know if you're wishing for snow or not. Most of us aren't. Okay, I'm going to put some more of this paste down. Spread it a little bit, trying to speed up what we're doing here. I have a larger squeegee. If you want to know about any of the products I'm using, my website is here. I think I posted it just before we went live. Ooh, okay, I probably made a boo-boo here. And if I did, I'll fix it later, because I felt that release. There is sticky on the back of the transfer, which adheres it nicely to your surface, and you want to keep it nice and smooth like that. Okay, so we have one complete floral going on. Oh, let's try this real quick. Hold your ears. So any little boo-boos or something that doesn't look quite right, this is rather forgiving product because it is chalk-based paste. It is water-based as well, which means I can use water and put a little bit of water into the paste and use a paintbrush to add in or change some of what's going on there. So water is your friend working with our chalk paste. And also, if we wanted to change and add any colors, we can use acrylic paints as well. So it plays nicely with that. And I do plan on using some gold to add to this design. I'm wiping off these squeegees so that they're not caked up with our couture coral. All right, and let me get this. There's a rounded edge here. That's why I was anticipating I may have to come back and do a little bit of adjusting here. And it does want to lift here because of that curve. So I'm going to try to hang on to it to get this in, keeping it flat. And that's also why we're doing sections. Whoop. Oh my. And if it doesn't feel like it's down real tight, I'm going to just pull it up, dry it, and then reposition it. This right here, this particular leaf feels down nice and snug. That's why I'm feeling these. And again, any of it that's not in the proper place, if it's spread out, or if I move the transfer or something like that, it's easy to fix it later. So yeah, if this is new and you haven't seen these products before, the paste, chalk paste, and the transfers, let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. And you can also go to the website and take a peek. And I hope you'll stop in every day, because I'm trying to do some sort of live every day. Do you know we have less than 30 days at this point, 90 days left in what would be this decade. Oh my gosh. When you start thinking about that, it's like, oh my goodness, you can change your life in a very significant, radical way with what you do in 90 days. You can change so much of your life in 90 days. Whatever it is you might want to focus on. So what might you focus on? Is it going to be something you need to do in terms of self-improvement, like improving your diet, maybe kind of going all in on your exercise? See this spot right here, I'll probably have to come back and redo when this is cleared out. I can lay the transfer back down and just redo this one. Oh, actually we only started it. We probably can do it now. Okay, let me dry this real quick. Thanks, Cindy. Yeah, hey Cindy. I know I never get to talk to you on the lives anymore. We both seem to be very busy. So I'm glad you stopped in. I hope you've invited a friend, everybody. You know, there are ways that you can do that. Let people know what you're watching and what you're enjoying. And I hope you are. And you can invite your friends. We all need to make new friends. So invite them in, give them a tag, or give them the link to the page, Chris Waters Designs. I haven't set any times that I'm coming live every day. You know, it's one of those things you get to do when you're retired. Get to kind of do it your way. But I probably will be able to determine where people are at what time of the day and what's a better time to kind of show up and enjoy people. So you can let me know. Do you like watching DIYs like during lunch hours maybe, or do you like it in the afternoon? Are you someone that's sitting around in the afternoon and wanting to spend some time seeing a DIY, learning a new craft? Or are you more of a night person? Oh gosh. Are you more of a night person? You like to watch at night? So let me know. So yes, I'm being very messy. You can be very careful and you don't have to be quite so messy. This is such large spaces and I don't want it to dry until I get to come through here. So I am putting considerable amount of paste. And then when I come back over it like this and pull up the excess and make sure I'm also making sure that the design is showing through so I know it's smooth. And there's a bubble. We probably don't like that. Ooh. Let me take, see there's more excess here and it might make for it to be a little bumpy. So let's reveal some of this. So far so good. We're really moving along on this. This is a very large transfer, but I would like for you to kind of get the idea that you can do large ones also in pretty quick order and come back and fix any little boo-boos, because on these large ones they do sometimes want to creep around. Yeah, Dana, you're asking if I'll be coming on like a more regular time, and I just may, because I just got back to start to do my lives again, and I do want to see when people sign in and check in, even on replays, and if anybody would, if you're listening during live or you're listening during replay, if you have a time of day that you would love to be able to just sit for a half hour and watch something, let me know. Again, some people it may be while kids are at school in the morning, or it may be you're an afternoon or evening person. Just kind of let me know, and then I can start making some other plans, as we all do, because I am kind of open now to when I come on. That's why I haven't been at a given time. I used to have like a given time, but that was before the move. People haven't seen us. I say us, meaning Coco and I, because of this big move we made from South Florida to Colorado Springs. And it kind of took its toll. Ooh, I got a hair in there. And I had to kind of get myself back to where I could do this on a regular basis. And the Lord is good. Gets everything all put back in order. Get your health back and get yourself organized so that you can move forward again. And you just have to not accept anything that wants to deter you from what you're supposed to be doing. And sometimes you just have to wait it out, but you have to do it in faith. Okay, so let's see what we did here. You know what? We're moving along. I'm trying to keep some of this stuck down. That is how we keep the design being rather smooth. All right, let's see if we can dry this a little bit. See where we are. Alrighty, we're moving right along. That's just a cool hair dryer. It's not hot. Never want to use a hot hair dryer or any kind of heating tool on your transfers. It will damage them, if not melt them. And these transfers, I really like taking good care of them by washing them as soon as we're finished, wiping the sticky, well, both sides, but particularly the sticky side, with an antiseptic wipe, putting them back on the special backing that they adhere to. And then I've already used this one, I don't know, I've probably used it 6 or 8 times. They're always going to give you many, many uses, 6, 8, 10 times. I have transfers personally that I know for a fact that I have probably used a dozen or more times without it. And I've also turned them over and put the sticky side up because I wanted a design to go the other way. Did that just the other day on one of the Boho pumpkins. I needed the design to go in the opposite direction so it would be balanced. So I flipped it over, taped it down with some just painter's tape, and held it tight and went right through, and it was perfect. So it's a very easy to use, very forgiving product. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. That's how I feel about it. And any of the touch-ups that I need to do I have this in the frame? I'm not quite sure. With this one, I can go back and use some of the acrylic if I need to, that I used as the background. I can do that to sharpen some of the little spots that maybe the transfer wiggled or something of that nature. I know I'm going to have to work on, and I won't bore you with the details of the circular part here. And did we get it all? And if anything lifts or I missed a spot, I can also use my a paintbrush and my paste and go back in and fix it. So again, it's very forgiving, easy to use, nothing to be overly anxious about. You don't have to overthink it. Voila, and there we are. Oh my goodness. All right, so this is really, really into the colors of my house, what's going on here. And some of this design is actually in fabric that I have made pillows from. Very similar patterns. So this makes me really excited. Here's the transfer that we were just using. As you can see, it's a very large one. We used a portion of it. Everything up there is pretty much dry. I'm going to go put this in water for a second. And then we'll rinse that all out because I know for a fact I will be using it again and again. I love, love, love this transfer. There's some imperfections in this board as well. And so after it dries, I'll see if that complements the designs or not. If it makes it kind of rustic, there's some places here. This was a Lazy Susan, as you can see. Found it at one of the thrift stores, a Goodwill store, and it's just solid wood. It's just exquisite. It was made in Thailand. I have a friend, if Cheryl's listening right now, I know she's working, but she was a missionary in Thailand for a few years. So she and I will probably chat about it. So anyway, it's a very good Lazy Susan. It's solid wood, and I did paint it. Some people like them stained and natural, and that's fine. Our paste and the transfers, this could be right on the natural wood, or it could be on a stain. So it's ever how you want to use it. So there you go, Boho Lazy Susan, and I'll be looking to see if I need to make any fine changes and such. Thanks, Dina. I'm glad you like it. I do too. It's going to get gold. Okay, the world doesn't happen without gold. I'm sorry. You just have to have gold metallic paint. This will have gold metallic paint on it next time you see it. So I will be embellishing it quite a bit because there just has to be gold in this house on everything we're doing. So there we go. The Boho Lazy Susan. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll put in replay if you come in and watch during the replay and where you're watching from, as well as I invite you to like the page, follow the page, bring your friends, let them know what we're doing. And there are lots of things in store for us. I'll probably be announcing some things between now and Monday. So I do hope you'll come back to Chris Waters Designs. Thank you so much. If you're in a cold place, stay warm. And if you're in sunny Florida, well, we'll see you soon. Love you much. Bye-bye.